It's April 7th, 1997, and this is episode 82 of WCW Monday Nitro. Commentary for the first hour of the show is Larry Zbyszko and Tony Schiavone, followed in the second hour by the three-man team of Tony Schiavone, Mike Tenay, and Bobby Heenan. Now for the first match of the night, Alex Wright and Psychosis are taking on Hugh Morris and Konnan.
Is going to be the Giant against, and now the big 300-pounder Hugh Morris. And the quickness here from
power against you. There you go. Use the agility. Hey, Tony. This is the time we can.
Entire day we spent leading up to airtime here today as Konnan, Mexican heavyweight.
Plus the right came in.
Whipping Psychosis in. Look at the agility of Konnan. Hits it where he lives. That's where he succeeds. Spin. And a drop kick. And Hugh Morris.
Whoa, he went that way.
Wow. See why they are high risk for you and.
It's a mistake. Capitalize on it.
DDP. Oh my goodness, great running.
During the match, we see Diamond Dallas Page arriving at the arena.
Wound up on top of. Oh, nice.
But we are seeing the formation. Yeah, and look at the now. The legal man is, I believe it's him. Great point. But he got him. A lot of energy. No laughing matter is what it's called. Oh boy.
Hugh Morris wins the match with a moonsault. Moving to the next match, Lord Steven Regal is taking on Rey Mysterio Jr.
Rey Mysterio Jr., a young man.
Along with the disruption of the Blue Bloods, whether you like him or not. Look at the size difference.
And over the past couple of weeks, couple of months, that's the camera out there. We want to.
During the match, we head to the parking lot where Hollywood Hogan is arriving with Vincent, Bischoff, and Ted DiBiase.
What's going on, Tony? That's for sure. And everybody.
I'm sure during the course of this telecast, we are going to.
It's a little wobbly. Oh, he's got that.
Mysterio sending Regal in. Oh, Regal hit top. Over the top, he takes it
Down.
He's going for it on the top. Is Frankenstein of another?
Tight maneuvers, and Regal might have him here.
Oh, boy.
Regal locks in the Regal stretch, and Rey is able to get to the ropes. But Regal refuses to break the hold and is disqualified. Prince Iaukea runs in to help Mysterio, but Regal quickly overpowers him and locks him in the Regal stretch.
But he has left body, buddy. Rey is out. Look at this. Look how he has a big boy's play.
After the match, we head to the parking lot once again, where the rest of the NWO is arriving with Randy Savage and Kevin Nash. Next up is a single match. Ice Train with Teddy Long is taking on Chris Benoit with Woman.
Stay with us live. Ice Train and Chris Benoit out, and he'll be wrestling that Kevin Nash, and we saw it there. He said he spit in my face. I didn't mean to hit a police officer. It's temporary match. Good here.
Yeah, but he's attacking the lead.
Oh my goodness.
We head backstage to the NWO, and they're arguing between themselves. Hollywood Hogan tells Randy Savage to stop and think for a while, as they are going to speak about it later on in the ring.
Seems to be the one he was pointing at here.
A little bit too close to the action. Oh my goodness. And a
Chris Benoit wins the match with a DDT. After the match, we get a clip of Hollywood Hogan with Dennis Rodman at the premiere of Rodman's new movie. Moving on to the next match, Hector Guerrero is taking on Kevin Sullivan with Jacqueline and Jimmy Hart.
purpose. Arn Anderson allowed, came out to help Benoit.
What's with that? What's with Arn Anderson?
And Malenko looking at for many people. Look at this.
Hector saw it. He delayed.
Well, Kevin ushered out last night with that U.S.
Well, he lives to hurt people, and that's a strong unit. He throws them out.
Wide open shot. Snap Mary.
On the trio.
To put the period mark on this one with that.
Kevin Sullivan wins the match with a double stomp. Next up, the NWO heads out in two separate groups, one led by Hollywood Hogan, whilst the other is led by Kevin Nash. First on the mic is Ted DiBiase. He says that it's pretty obvious that there's some turmoil within the NWO, and tonight we're going to settle it. DiBiase gives Hogan the mic, and Hogan says that if the NWO is falling apart, the world title means nothing. He then confronts Kevin Nash having an issue with him last week being with Dennis Rodman and not on Nitro. Kevin Nash says he has no issue with Dennis Rodman. Hogan then presses Nash on where Scott Hall is. Nash says that Scott Hall is taking care of business and he's NWO for life. Hogan then says he's not convinced that Nash is happy because he can still see Nash burning a hole in him. So Hogan says if it's not settled, then they should settle it right now. Nash then says he doesn't have to love Hogan to respect him, and tells Hogan he's still NWO for life. Hogan and Nash then reach a truce. However, Randy Savage is still not happy and he's trying to get to Eric Bischoff. Hogan then turns his attention to Randy Savage and tells him to bury the hatchet with Eric Bischoff. Savage says he's willing to go with the flow. He then says that Eric is on probation with him, and he'll be on probation with Eric. And with that, they also reach a truce to end the segment. Now to begin the second hour of Nitro, Mean Gene introduces Ric Flair to the ring. Flair says that last week he and Rowdy Roddy Piper bonded. Flair then calls Piper out to join him in the ring. Piper says now's the time to strike with the NWO, and that they're like a snake, and all you gotta do is cut off the head to kill the rest. They then introduce NFL player Kevin Green to the ring. Green says he's got Piper and Flair's back. The next match is for the WCW United States title. Dean Malenko is defending against Chris Jericho.
Questions about what happened with Dean Malenko and what catches the leg, the foot, trying to get a quick start here.
Fast experience and the mat technique of Dean Malenko.
Staggers back to his feet. Missile drop kick was on with the kick and the pickup and the powerbomb.
Blocked up, Tony.
He's gonna try to put it on, and a very tough spot for both men to be in.
Heat against Chris Benoit.
Malenko drives Jericho's face into the turnbuckle, and Jericho looks legitimately injured here.
It is now.
Malenko then finishes Jericho off with a kick to the face to retain his United States title. We now move into tag team action. The Public Enemy is taking on High Voltage.
I tell you, I can say this, that right now, High Voltage, here, up and down. Good flex coming here. Can they get him up? If
They got
they
him
can. Got him up. Area to be the first to be with us for Slamboree.
Well, a word to the wise.
The far side here comes.
And we see that in these two youngsters.
Reach here, back up to the scoop slam, grunt, up and down. Is oh my goodness, Grunt hit hard. He hit in the way there.
Well,
Rage.
Grunt,
Robbie Rage wins the match with a Northern Light suplex. After the match, Mean Gene is in the ring with the Public Enemy. The Public Enemy challenge High Voltage next week to a Philadelphia street fight, saying that they are going back to their roots, and they might have to get a little extreme. After a commercial break, we head backstage with Prince Iaukea, where he's getting his ribs taped ahead of his title defense later tonight. We continue Nitro with more tag team action. Jeff Jarrett and Steve McMichael with Deborah are taking on the Harlem Heat with Sister Sherry. However, Mongo does not head out with Jarrett and Deborah, forcing Jarrett to start the match alone.
Luger and the Giant lands exactly what I mean. Big shoulders, Jeff Jarrett, and a great
Blame on Deborah. She allowed that Halliburton.
He is gorgeous. Meanwhile, you are in the middle.
wait, at any time.
Jarrett,
I do not know where Steve is.
3-on-1 with Sherry up on the apron.
Jarrett's got the
That's much longer with both the Harlem Heat in there.
has left ringside. I don't know if she's gone.
During the match,
for him or
Deborah
not.
heads backstage to look for Mongo, but comes back not being able to find him.
Problems going on here.
Well, that happens a lot, you know. If he ever gets in a position to win this match,
Almost with that inside cradle, almost small package him. Another roll up.
Pick up. Holding the man up for a long time. I'll tell you what, and we saw it earlier.
Miss Jacqueline.
Try to Harlem sidekick.
Finally, Mongo slowly makes his way to the ring.
Go. Oh boy.
is that man right there? Steve Mongo next.
Steve McMichael, big forearm. Come on, baby. Don't think you saw.
Oh!
Pushed him into a hump.
Booker T wins the match with a Harlem sidekick. After the match, Mean Gene joins the Horsemen in the ring. Jarrett asks Mongo where the hell he was. Deborah tries to speak up for Jarrett, but Mongo cuts her off and says now isn't the time. Mongo says his day is coming, and that everyone should be very afraid. Jarrett complains that Mongo didn't answer his question, but he's cut off by Gene as Nitro heads to a commercial break. The next match is for the WCW television title. Prince Iaukea is defending against the Ultimate Dragon with Sonny Ono.
I know what you're talking
Well,
about.
if you're looking for someone and you can't, it's Iaukea, Ultimo Dragon, and this youngster from him, but he can't pick him up.
Your knee, wrap your leg, your arm, something tells him.
Oh, my goodness, this is something he does target. Oh, he got the feet up. How a dragon.
After targeting the ribs of Prince Iaukea, the Ultimate Dragon wins the match and is now the new WCW television champion. It's now time for tonight's main event. The Giant is taking on Scott Steiner. On Scott Steiner's way to the ring, he's attacked by Konnan and Hugh Morris of the Dungeon of Doom. The Giant leaves the ring and helps Scott Steiner fight off Morris and Konnan.
Had no effect either.
And the match is called off. After a commercial break, Diamond Dallas Page heads to the ring. Dallas says that he may have won the match last night at Spring Stampede, but he isn't done with Savage just yet. Dallas then calls out Savage to the ring. Savage then starts making his way to the ring alone. However, Hollywood Hogan heads down the ramp after Savage and tells Savage that he's got this one. The NWO can also be seen heading up behind him. Sting then ziplines onto the ramp between the NWO and Dallas. Sting brings a second bat for Dallas. Sting stands off with the NWO and then pinned to the ring with Dallas. Nitro ends with Sting and Diamond Dallas Page holding off the NWO. Oh, and Kevin Nash also gets hit in the face with a drink. Before we finish, please comment on your favourite part of the show. Mine was a Sting standoff with the NWO. Also, I do have to say, it was very disappointing to see Prince Iaukea lose his TV title so suddenly. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, if not a thumbs down, and I'll see you on the next one.